Hi, this is Jaya. In this video, we shall see the story of Nachiketa and Yama. Many years ago, there lived a little boy. His name was Nachiketa. His father was Rishi Udalak. Now, Rishi Udalak wanted to perform a yaga so that he can please the gods and gain heaven. And it is a custom that if you finish the yaga, at the end of the yaga, you have to donate cows to the Brahmins. Now Udalak was a miser and therefore he donated only old and weak cows to the Brahmins. And these cows were so old and weak that they hardly gave any milk. Now Nachiketa was puzzled by his father's action. He thought, what does he mean by all this? What will happen to all the useful cows which we already have in the house? And why is father giving gifts of all these useless cows? And he feels that this is actually cheating, and cheating is also a sin. And actually, you should only gift the things which are very dear to him, because his intention of performing the sacrifice is to gain heaven. But if he does a sin, how will he go to heaven? He'll only go to hell. So he went to his father and asked, okay, now you're giving charity. To whom will you give me as a gift? Now, this question made his father very angry, and he did not answer him, and he was only gifting in the ceremony. But Nachiketa went again to his father and repeated the question. Now his father got angry and he said, get away from here. I will give you to Yama, the god of death. Now Yama is the king of Yamapuri and also god of death. And now Nachiketa thought, my father's wish is this, that is, he wants me to be given as a gift to Yama. So I will leave home and I will go to Yama. Now, only after seeing this, the father realized what mistake he had done and he got angry on himself. He said, because of my anger, what a shame it is. How did I ever utter these words? Now, what will happen to me? I've asked for the death of my son. And now, with a blank head and a heavy heart, he went and tried to stop Nachiketa, but Nachiketa refused to be stopped. He said, no, father, you have given this order to me, and whatever you say is an order, so I must see Yama. So he reached Yama's kingdom, but the guards in the Yama's kingdom told that Yama had gone out for 3 days. Nachiketa decided to wait at the doorstep of Yama until he comes back. So he waited for 3 days without food or water. That is, basically, he fasted for 3 days. Finally, Yama came back on the fourth day and he saw little Nachiketa at his doorstep. And Yama really was very sad because he had kept a Brahmin waiting for him without even welcoming him, and that also no food or water was given to him. And it is very bad not to welcome an Aditi. Aditi means guest at the doorstep. He called his wife Yami and yelled at her for not welcoming him, and immediately both of them rushed around the house to serve little Nachiketa. One of them went to fetch water while the other brought a mat and made him to sit on it. And even then, Yama did not feel completely satisfied even after serving Nachiketa. So he called Nachiketa and said, dear child, I have offended you by making you to wait for me for 3 days. And this is a big sin. So I want to wash my sin. And therefore, I request you to ask for 3 boons, which I will grant you. And Nachiketa was very happy and he said, O Lord, let my father not be anxious about me and let his anger against me vanish. And when I go back to earth, let my father recognize me and receive me back gladly. And Yama said, yes, son, it is granted. Now ask your second boon. Now he said, teach me the proper ritual for the fire sacrifice, and this I ask for my second boon. And Yama agreed and taught Nachiketa the proper ritual for fire sacrifice. Then he asked Nachiketa, what is your third boon? Now Nachiketa said, my third and last wish is to grant me Atma Vidya, that is knowledge of the Atma, soul. Is there a life beyond death? Because some people are saying that if we die, the life ends. But some are saying no, there is life even after death. Now what is the truth? Hearing this, Yama said, boy, do not ask me about matters of life and death, because even the gods are not clear on all points. Ask me something else. I will grant all your wishes, but not this. But Nachiketa said, no, oh Yama, I only want to know the mysteries of life and death and nothing else. Yama tried to offer Nachiketa all gold, silver, precious jewels, all happiness which is in the world. He said, you can ask anything or you can take everything as the third boon. But Nachiketa said that these are all only worldly pleasures and their life is only short. It will not give him long lasting happiness. Only knowledge will give him. And he was bold enough to say that no one can never reach the eternal through the worldly possessions. You can have all the wealth in the world, but it will not help you to enter into the eternal. So he says, I want to renounce, I want to get rid of all the worldly pleasures. And I have come here with the hope of winning the eternal through the instructions of you, that is God of death. And it was very difficult for Yama to change the mind of Nachiketa, and so finally agreed to tell Nachiketa about the mysteries of life and death. And he started saying, he said, the self is immortal, that is you, what you are, your Atma is immortal. There is no death for your Atma. It was not born, so therefore it will not die. And it did not come out of anything, and neither did anything come out of it. Even if this body is destroyed, the soul will not be destroyed. So you cannot say this Atma came from here or there, because it is always there. You cannot say from where it came and where it will go. And the one who thinks that he is a slayer and the one who thinks that he is slain, both are ignorant, because you cannot slay or you cannot be slain. So you don't think that any of your actions are done by you. You are not the doer or you are not the receiver. And smaller than the smallest and larger than the largest, the self is living in all beings. That is, you can be a very, very, very small living being or you can be the largest living being. You have an Atma in you. The knowledge about it can neither be obtained by discussion nor by brain power or nor even by much learning. It reveals itself to the deserving one. You cannot learn about your Atma. You cannot discuss about your Atma. You can be very intelligent, but knowing about your Atma is very difficult. The Atma will reveal itself, that is, your soul will reveal itself to you only if it thinks that you deserve to know about it. And he says this body is a chariot. And in that, intelligence is the driver, the horses are the senses, all your 5 senses and the 6th sense. And your consciousness is the rein that only will guide the horse to go in the correct direction. And the soul is the lord of the chariot, and the self is superior to all, that is body, mind and senses. So your Atma is superior to everything. And greater than the individual soul is the enveloping super consciousness. The seed of everything in the universe, still greater is the ultimate person than whom there is nothing greater. So this Atma only is greater and nothing else is greater. And this Atma is the goal of our aspiration. Once that is realized, that is, if you realize that there is no death for your soul, then death loses all its terror. Man will not get scared of death because he knows that his soul is not going to be destroyed. And the one who realizes this becomes immortal. There is no death for him because his soul is always there. Only the body keeps changing. The path to realization is long and difficult, like the razor's edge, narrow and sharp. But to realize this, it's very difficult. And therefore, there is no time to be lost. Awake, arise, bestir yourself, and do not stop until the goal is reached. So, this knowledge, to attain the knowledge about your Atma, needs lots of involvement in it. So you keep awake and keep on reaching it till you reach your goal. Now Nachiketa understood the knowledge of the Atma and he returned to his parents. His father embraced him with open arms and said, "My dear son, please forgive me." And the mother was so happy. She said, "Dear child," and she looks at his face and she says, "How did you get this luster on your face?" And Nachiketa narrated the entire story to all those people who came to see him, and praise was showered on Nachiketa for his achievement. And the story of this little Nachiketa teaches to be kind to all creatures, to respect one's parents, and to be strong-willed to do something that has been decided. Even if it means facing difficulties and obstacles, one should stick to their decision. This is the moral what we learn from Nachiketa. If you have anything more to add on to what I've said, please write it in the comment box, like the video, share it with your friends, and if you have not subscribed my channel, please subscribe and support. Thank you.